yesterday I went to a local called a San Diego SoCal local called Pizza Time. And I went 1-2. And you might be thinking, what the? Aren't you like our top player? Aren't you like considered top 10 in the world? How is it possible that you, KoDoRiN, can even go 1-2 out of local? I'll give my side of the story really quick. I'm gonna bitch about it really quick. I'm gonna John. So there's like, I don't know. Starting off my day, I just have like my typical Johns. I didn't get the best sleep. I didn't eat. Like, stuff that's honestly not new. Like, I could have slept better. I could have eaten better. Like, I didn't order the best food. That's whatever. Like, that one I already dealt with. The pizza I ate at the local, that's like whatever. Like, that stuff is like I've already dealt with it so many times, and that wasn't really the reason why I lost. But every time I do lose, I do think about that. It's like, oh man, I could have prepared a little better. What really happened was, from roughly around 1:30 to 3:30, I take an improv class for various reasons, to listen and communicate better, but also, it's a good asset, a good skill to have, for streams and talking to people every Sunday, mind you. And that stuff is like non-negotiable. Like, I can't find any other time that works. And as I'm doing improv class, the problem with that though is that it often goes over time. And pizza time starts at 4 o'clock for singles. It also takes me like 45 minutes to arrive. So even if it were to end at 3:30 sharp, I'm gonna be late no matter what. So like originally, like I didn't even like consider going to pizza time. Like, yeah, no, I'm gonna be late like practically every single time. But the main TO is like, yo, John, are you gonna sign up for pizza time? Be sick to see you show up. I'm like, I mean, yeah, contributing to my scene. I know what it's like, for top players to not show up to your locals. I don't want to be that kind of top player. And I was like, I'm gonna tell you, Georgie, straight up, like I'm gonna be late, and like I'll always at minimum be 15 minutes late. But if you could accommodate for that, I will arrive. And it's like, yeah, I will. And that's actually worked out for the last few pizza time. But for this particular one, it went so much over time. like class did not end until like 4 that day. And at that point, I was gonna be 45 minutes late. And I was like, okay, yeah, I messaged the TO being all like, bro, I'm actually gonna be super late. I think it's better if you remove me from the bracket than like me holding back your bracket for a long time. And he told me, actually, no, it's cool. It's cool, actually. Just arrive. And there's something like I have the receipts here. Look at that. I arrived at 4 p.m. specifically saying, hey, like, my class is going way over time. I think you should remove me. And then I told him my ETA that, like, I'm gonna be 45 minutes late. And then he assures me that, hey, try to come and we can play your matches last. There's like a decent chance that you make it actually. I'm like, oh, okay, sick. I'll come, It's a 45-minute drive. And, but he wants me to arrive. I think it's good for the scene for me to arrive anyways. And, okay. So I made a commitment to do that anyways. And as I arrive to the venue, I arrive, and then I just find that as I was about to pay for my registration fees, the TO looks at me dead in the eyes and says, "Yo, John, you're DQ'd." I'm like, what? I'm DQ'd? Wait, what? He said that to me dead in my eyes while, like, doubles was playing in the grand final setup of stream. And, like, I look at the bracket, and the round right in front of me was, like, only, like, 1 minute in. I'm like... What? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's like, you didn't even, like, warn me at all. Like, you didn't, like, message me that, like, I'm about to be DQ'd or whatever. Or you weren't transparent at all about, like, when I'd be DQ'd. Because here's the thing, before you guys all say, oh, top player privilege, I've TO'd for years myself. And let me tell you that this is not top player privilege. This is being aware, this is being mindful of other people coming and to my tournaments, you know, UCI weeklies and TMTs online. I've given everyone, not just top players, everyone the leeway to arrive late, just as long as they communicate with me. Just as long as they communicate with me. Like, TMTs, I make it very transparent. If you need more extra time, let me know. I'll give you 15 more minutes. Your hard cutoff for a DQ is 5:30. And every single person, it's not a top player privilege. It's being considerate of people taking their time out of the day to attend a local that for top players especially, they are punished for attending. They don't gain anything aside from like a few bucks that frankly doesn't matter for me because I make way more off of coaching and other revenues. I'm doing it for the good of the community. And to see myself just get DQ'd like that, I was like, I literally just spent like 50 minutes driving down here and you just DQ me. It's like, yeah, well, it's up to you if you want to fight through losers. And I was like, whatever, I'm already here. Like, I'm not gonna say no and drive back 50 minutes without even trying. But like, the entire time, like, I was so like tilted. Like, I was like mad mostly. I was mad, upset, tilted. I was like copious amounts of negative emotions right here. And like, not only like, you know, is it bad for you to DQ like a top player that might arrive a little late, which was very clearly communicated. Don't look, Mango. You know, I'm taking a page out of your book and get paid to describe it. But like, you're also kind of low-key ruining some poor soul that has to fight me in losers round 1. Like, I had to like double 4-stock like a random new guy that I probably encouraged him to never attend the tourney ever again because he had to fight KoDoRiN in losers round 1. Like, that's just messed up, not only for me, but also like all the unfortunate souls out there. But whatever, like, I was kind of like processing that a little, and as I was processing that, immediately I had to fight Android Zero, the one guy that could possibly beat me. Like, I was just kind of like upset when I was like just walking, like playing my sets, and immediately the guy's like, yo John, play Soup. I was like, did I hear you right? Like, I'm fighting like the one guy that could possibly beat me, and and turns out that Android Zero just lost early his round 1 against you know, a really good, like a really good not old school, but like kind of a retired-ish player, but still really good that shouldn't have been seeded that low. And immediately, I defined it in losers round 2. And I was like, this tournament's just out to get me. They're basically guaranteeing that I never want to come back. It's like, you DQ me in winners, and then like you give me like the one guy that could possibly beat me in a best of 3 when I'm tilted, when I'm upset, when I'm mad. And since I was still in that weird mental headspace, like, I don't know why, but because like I wasn't given the time to like, I didn't give myself the time to like process it or like cope with it or whatever. Like for whatever reason, I didn't, because I always compete with headphones nowadays because it's like so much easier to focus with headphones. But I didn't even do that. Like, I was like, whatever, man, let's just play and get this over with. And then like, a Marth playing a 5 out of 10 and a Falcon playing out of 5 out of 10, like the Falcon always wins. Like, I lost 0-2, and that's how I went 1-2. That's how I went 1-2 at a local. So I was kind of upset about that. I was like, at the end of the day, I'm a competitor. It's like, I can't believe I let all that get to me. Like, I think probably like my biggest mistake was probably not processing this. Like, cause like I kind of just ignored it. Like, I like laughed it off. Like, cause in some ways it was kind of funny. In some ways it was kind of funny that I got DQ'd, so I did laugh a little about it. But like, I didn't just like, probably my biggest mistake was that like I didn't recognize this on time, that I was like really mad. But like not properly processed it kind of like messed my mental game a lot.
Is he VOD reviewing right now?
Thank you, Tuna. It like messed with my mental game a lot, and like literally I didn't give it my best versus Android Zero. Like, I didn't go on my way to plug in my headphones, because I was like, whatever, for whatever reason. Like, I already made sure to not even make my 5 out of 10 a 6 out of 10. And like that 6 out of 10 probably would have beaten him, if I'm being honest. Basically, learned my lesson. I'm probably not going, despite what the TO says. I think that's just a bad play. Or like, I just think that's straight up bad TOing, that you tell people not to come, but like they do come, but then you DQ them. Without like any communication, like, cause like I was very communicative about it, and like, haha, Daffy. But yeah, basically, since I'm doing these improv classes like every week, like that's non-negotiable for me. And but more importantly, kind of recognizing that kind of mental headspace earlier and actually processing it is probably like how I don't go 1-2 at a local ever again. Because, goddamn, like, Melee, if you guys don't realize it, it's like so much about the mental game, and like things are never ever gonna like go your way. Like 99% of the time, like things just will not go your way. Like main stage, for example, that nobody wanted that schedule, but like I kind of prepared for that in advance, knowing that the schedule was cut, and I still went out of my way to have a good mental headspace to perform well despite that. And because I wasn't prepared for this, that's why I went 1-2.